Alright everyone, Infowars was briefly platformed by a site called Roku. I think it's a streaming service. Like you have a little box, I guess, that you hook up like with an old cable box and it lets you stream stuff. And I'm like, I don't know exactly because I don't watch streaming stuff really any more than I do normal like cable television or radio or anything like that. I just like the internet because the internet's great. Like YouTube has more interesting stuff on it because it's independently created. I can go to BitChute, I can go to Dailymotion or stuff. I can find things that you're not going to get on any other service. They briefly had Infowars on there. And then I saw Jared Holt, actually. This is how I knew shit was going to go down. Because whenever Holt tweets about something, it means that there's already an ongoing deplatforming raid effort, a harassment campaign. It usually stems from certain other groups, and then, of course, he's in with them and does sort of their gadfly reporting. So, if you follow him on Twitter or whatever, you can get some indicator of ahead of time of who's going to get censored. But what happens is that a bunch of morally outraged people started complaining and tweeting at Roku, and I'm sure mass emailing them, probably spam emails, bot accounts and stuff, to make it look like everyone was totally outraged that evil Alex Jones would have a presence on Roku. Oh my God. You mean people can choose to stream his material off of just Infowars' own website? They can choose to consume that material? Oh my God, it's like Hitler was reborn or something. It's a huge social problem. Yes, because I had never heard of Roku. How many people use the service? 10? Yeah, a really, really big threat to your own media empires that are so flailing and failing. And that's really what it's about. They don't want Alex Jones to have a presence at all. Because if he has a presence at all, people will go and watch his shit and stop spending time on their shit. That's what all of these deplatforming raids are really about. It's about money. Some of the people participating, they think they're doing the right thing for an activistic cause. What they're thinking is, well, I'm helping to deplatform bigotry. I'm helping to kick hate-filled people off YouTube or Twitter or something. That's what they think. They're wrong, but that's what they've been led to believe. A lot of them, though, the people at the top organizing those, no, it's all about money. They work for their media masters. Their media masters hate independent content creation, and they especially hate the missing link media, like sites like Infowars that had that established presence. Sometimes, we're talking millions upon millions of fans spending countless millions of hours watching that material. If a person is watching Alex Jones, are they watching CNN? No. Time usage is what is being, in today's internet, competed for. You're not competing for subscribers, for example, on YouTube. The number of subscribers you have is an indicator of attention. It's an indicator of audience size, but it's not an indicator of time usage. There are plenty of channels on YouTube that have huge subscriber totals, like CNN, for example, that nonetheless get very few views and on which relatively fewer minutes of total time are spent. It's time, and thus ad delivery, in many cases, if you enable that, that's what you're competing for. That's how you get your slice of the pie. That's the algorithms will favor you. Time usage is definitely important. That's why they tried to go after streamers mainly. Because the streamers, if you're making 30-minute, hour-long videos, the algorithm treats you more favorably because time usage is going to tend to be higher than if you do standalone content. That's why people like myself who don't do streaming as much are technically fighting with one hand tied behind our backs against content creators that stream. They do more live content, long form. But yeah, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, well, he's going to get kicked off Roku pretty soon unless they decide to take this. Basically, it's a thinly veiled threat. It's a dog whistle for censorship. What you do is say, oh, well, their advertisers, I'm sure, will be interested to know that the evil Alex Jones has a presence on this site. We're going to have to start talking to them. Roku sees that and says, oh, shit, well, I guess we're not going to be the ones to stand for free speech. We're going to tell our audience, no, you're not allowed to choose this content, even though we voluntarily put it there in the first place, because we're cowards. It's really what it boils down to. And some people were like praising them, and I'm like, how tomorrow when they kick him off, you're not going to be praising him. Don't bother. These sites are cowards. That's the whole point. The best thing right now that could happen to the internet is that these sites stop listening to the cry bullies and stop deplatforming people and come out and make a joint statement, hey, now, we want people to be able to use our services. They can choose. If you don't like it, fucking switch the channel. We've had this debate before as a nation. We had it about heavy metal. We had it about the Beatles. We had it about, edgy TV content, early on-demand era, MTV, fucking Jackass, Beavis and Butthead. And we always, eventually, the more mature people say, if you don't like it, fucking turn it off. If you're worried your kid will watch it, Watch what your kid's watching. Actually interact with them. You know, you're a parent. It's kind of your responsibility. Don't ask other people to fucking censor themselves for your shitty kids. Your kid can't handle Beavis and Butthead. Boo-hoo. Then turn it off. Get a chip installed in your TV so that that channel doesn't come on or something. Oh, little Jimmy's on the internet. You watch Beavis and Butthead there? Oh my God, it's such a terrible time. You know, it's called get used to it. It's called people look for interesting content. You're never going to stop edgy content from existing. You're never going to suppress independent content creation. The genie's out of the bottle. There's a billion people making videos on these sites and songs and blogs and books and everything else under the sun. Do you honestly think in a million years that you're going to be able to suppress us all? It's never going to happen. So, I mean, they've already basically lost the war. They're just trying to win each successive fruitless battle to maintain relevance. And they're fighting on behalf of multinational media networks that make a lot of money off of people's time usage. Cable's dying, newsprint's dying, the old guard lamestream missing link media is dying, and groups like Infowars had to be the first to go because they simply have the largest entrenched audience. This is an example of the mass media attempting to deplatform a direct competitor. And we've seen this before. You know, when YouTubers do this to each other, when they have a fight or something, they don't like each other. Like, oh, this person's getting more attention than me or something. And they get their fans in some Discord to raid the person and like harass them and troll them and stuff. That's frowned upon. Well, you know, CNN and the New York Times are doing the same fucking shit. Who do you think's signing the paychecks of those that are organizing these raids? They're not working for free, I can guarantee you that. They're getting something. They're getting some sort of kickback. I wonder what it could possibly be. That's about all. Peace out.